Adding this to the stage here. All right, we back. So I'm done working on the youngest four-wheeler. I figured I'd come back and see and check and see if they still at it. Which I've been watching for about 20 minutes, and there ain't been no alerts, thank God. Trump says he wants to destroy Iran's navy. Here's what to know. The United States has long considered Iran's naval ships a serious threat, even as the country's nuclear and missile programs dominate discussions of it. I hate the way that they word this shit, dominate discussions. Hey, Gina, what's up, mama? Hey, Zach. See, I think that it's going to slow down some as far as them shooting missiles and rockets. From what I've gathered, they're getting low on damn rockets. What's up, Sean? Which, I mean, think of the stockpile it would take to try to defeat that Iron Dome. They were showing some of them damn drones that they had. They were just one way with like off-the-shelf GPS devices that you could buy at what we used to have is Radio Shack. But they were that cheap. They were about $3,000, but they do a lot of destruction. But once it leaves, once they send it up, they can't bring it back. They can't do nothing. They don't even know if it made it to its destination or if it's still airborne or anything. They don't have no way to track it. They just pre-program a destination to it and let it rip. You know how, yeah, I remember Radio Shack too. Radio Shack used to have some cool stuff. But you know, some of them GPSs fail anyway. Hell, we've all had them take us somewhere where we wasn't supposed to be. Redirecting, relocating. For what I do, we use a lot of that shared location, and even that shit fails. I wonder how many people's done being killed over this war. Let me look. Just do a little fact check in here. Let's see here. How many people has been reported dead from this 2026 war? As of March 4th, 2026, reports indicate that over 870 to more than 1,000 people have been killed in the escalating conflict between U.S., Israel, and Iran, which began in early March. So right around 1,000 people's done died. That's a lot of people, man. A school bombing in Minab resulted in over 100 children reported killed. Damn, that's sad, man. Why do they always gotta fuck with the kids? I don't get that. Yeah, I'll drop this link just in case anybody does want to get up and talk about it. I did find it kind of interesting that China got all its oil from Venezuela and from Iran, or they bought the majority of their oil, I should say. Which, if they got 20% from Iran, and I don't know how much they said they bought 80% Iran's oil, which led to about 20% of what China consumed. So if they got 20% of what they consume from Iran and 20% from what they consume from Venezuela, that's 40% of the oil that they need. That's almost half the oil that they use per day. So it's going to start, wearing on China, and China's going to have to make a move before it's over with. They can't just sit and wait it out, because Trump's not going to. He's not going to loosen up the grip on the oil over there. Ain't it funny how, like, the old timers used to always tell us this was all over the oil? And as kids, we was like, yep, we didn't realize just how serious that oil shit was. Who remembers when they set all the fires over in Kuwait and all, when they were taking the oil fields over back then? See, my brother had just gotten the Navy back then, and he was sending home pictures. He had a badass camera, and he would take pictures every now and then and send them home. We seen them oil fields. Some of them rigs were on fire, and they would put them out, and then they'd light the fire back. Shit's crazy, ain't it, Sooner History? How you doing, man? Let me just see if Matt's live again. I like that dude. Yeah. Poppy plants fuck the world up, ain't it, brother? You go through my subscriptions and see what we got going on here. Yeah, he's still alive. This dude's pretty fucking educated here. Old pimp turned me on to him, Chad.
Gobble eats everything we don't finish.
Case here, don't we? At Nasiriyah, I thought that we did.
Can y'all hear him?
In the region. So this guy is flying in circles. I wonder if he is refueling other aircraft. He might just be up here giving fuel to other aircraft as they are out here dropping bombs. Could be the case. Could be the case.
Okay, cool. This dude's pretty damn educated. I think he was in the military or something. He talks like that.
No. I wasn't a part of that.
I don't know if any of y'all caught AD this morning.
Now over here we do.
Now I know AD's a little character and all, but when he gets to talking about the war and stuff like that, oh, here we go with the red alert. You have to kind of listen to him.
This is a Royal Air Force drone up here attempting to shoot down.
There they go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a small red alert on the confrontation line. This is not ballistic missiles. This is not enemy aircraft or suicide drones. This is, if I had to guess, probably Hezbollah's taking shots. There's some gunfire up here on the border. This is as far north on the Israeli border, just about as you can possibly.
Damn.
So I think.
What did Lebanon do?
But yeah, and it seems to actually already be resolved. I think that one's not a big deal. I think it's not a big deal. I think things are probably fine up there. Don't worry about that one too much.
What's up, Ford? Yeah, I know it. And it's fucking, I don't know. Something don't sit right with me with that dude, man. And it ain't got shit to do with Candace Owens. None of that shit, right? And that's what a lot of these people's argument is oh, you heard Candace. No, I listened to the dude fucking try to convince us he didn't assassinate Charlie Kirk, and nobody had said he did.
Somebody said finally.
That's like when you got something missing and you come home and you say, hey, we need to talk. Well, I didn't steal your whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, well, I didn't say anybody did steal anything from me. I just said we needed to talk.
Will be decided only by the United States and no one else.
Well, they need to expand on their own.
not NATO.
I'm going to tell you, after I read that shit and watched that stuff about the Liberty, the sinking of the Liberty, them motherfuck them people.
Not,
I'm going to tell you.
not Israel, the United States.
I don't have nothing against Jewish people at all, but I got something against their government over there.
We also have a report here saying that Kurdistan.
They spit on Christians. Think about that for a minute.
By a drone. There's an oil field in Kurdistan.
I wouldn't give a fuck where I was at. Motherfucker spit on me, somebody couldn't die.
Hit by a drone.
That's the worst thing you can do to a man, besides slap him.
Going to give us
they literally do, man. They do not believe the way we believe. That's why I don't understand why they're over here up underneath Trump's skirt trying to suck on his titty. They fucking can't stand us.
Well, this is the city of Sar Singh. But the oil field itself, I'm not exactly sure where it is.
What's up, Copper Top? How you doing, sir?
Maybe somewhere in the region. Anyway, allegedly hit by a drone, some oil field in the area.
Yeah, see, that's what they're going to do to fuck us up.
So what does that mean, of course? Well, what that means is that, guess what? Iran is still firing drones and still launching missiles. At a minimum, firing drones.
A damn drone with a 2-cycle motor on it. What the hell? Sound like a fucking moped. Mean.
Massive attacks tonight.
Hey, Info Warriors, maybe you can answer this for me. I've always kind of wondered, it's not nothing important, but why is it that in all these foreign countries, they're not allowed to really have, I'm assuming they're not allowed to have them because you don't never see them. But all you see is like a 250 size moped or a 250 motorcycle. Nothing ever no bigger. Why is that?
There's that horse again.
Well, we appreciate it, Copper Top.
We know exactly where this.
We just hanging out, chilling, man.
That's right. So this location has been geolocated. It's so interesting. You've got people that they spend their time geolocating all of these attacks, all of these hits. We're out here geo-confirming and they get the coordinates for them.
Yeah, how weird is it they're running commercials on this shit to get paid? I wonder how many people's watching this right now. When I looked earlier, it was like 4,000.
We have a big Rumble rant from Samantha 321. Says
okay, there ain't but 853 people watching now. Earlier, when I first clicked on it, it was like 4,000.
Well,
oh yeah. No, they were supposed to already went after Saudi Arabia. That's what they said. But then somebody from Saudi Arabia said, "Look, I'm here now, and there ain't been no attacks here. This is the safest place in the world."
I think kind of all bets are off. However, yeah, maybe make the argument that if Trump is going to escalate or really tighten the noose here, so to speak, yeah, it might take place on the weekend. Might be an argument for that. Thank you very much, Samantha, and we're hoping that your son stays safe also.
Nah, he's not going to wait till the weekend. He's going to do it here probably tonight. He's had enough.
Jayway says,
one thing I've noticed about Trump, he doesn't let it get right to the deadline. He'll act right before it. Have y'all noticed that?
When I'm doing these shows, I really don't ever look at how many people we have here tuning in. We've got 14,000 and 7,000 on Rumble. Are we on the front page on Rumble, or how do we have so many people tuning in on Rumble? Where did all you Rumblers come from? Well, folks, we are not even on the front page.
Yeah, I know, and that's sad too, man. And if he's not, it's sure enough being portrayed that way. It's looking that way. And image is everything.
The Morse force is, dare I say, taking over Rumble. We are, dare I say it, taking over this website. I think it is. I think it's true. And then on YouTube, man, it's just even.
Oh, Nobody gives a fuck, man, about all that shit.
Oh, good, Sarah. That's good. Here's a super chat from Night Raider. Says, Matt, Pahlavi is returning to Iran. They are all calling on him to return. There are only a few that don't want him. Just watch Tusi. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to remain incredibly suspicious of that. In fact, if I had to place a bet right now, I would bet my life savings that Pahlavi is...
What's up, Rolling?
To be honest with you. I'm not saying I don't want him to. I just don't think he will. Frankly, I hope to be proven wrong. So I hope you are right, and I hope that I am wrong, but it's not something I'm exactly expecting. Once again, though, if I was at a Las Vegas betting table and I had to put a bet down, I would bet that he is not going to be the leader of that country. I hope I'm wrong, though. We also have a super chat here from JRG Projects. He says, I think all these attacks come from the mercs the Iranians hired because they were recalled for home defense. This is also a demonstration of power by the U.S. to Russia. Yeah, I think very true, very true. I've heard a rumor that perhaps, in absence or instead of American military boots on the ground, that there might be some type of like Blackwater or PMC presence. And I'll be honest with you, like, I kind of don't really care about that. I really kind of don't care at all about that. I will tell you, I'm going to let my bias be known. I do not want American boots on the ground in Iran. I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want
it. PMCs. Okay, that's a different conversation. That's a different story. Totally different dynamic. But U.S. military service members like marching through the Iranian desert, sort of like War on Terror 2.0. Invasion of Iraq.
Yeah, that's what AD was saying this morning. Just driving around till you get blowed up.
Not a fan of that at all. At all.
He said they didn't even have a fucking plan when they went over there. What's up,
I think so.
Diane?
Different dynamic.
He said that shit was so frustrating.
Believe it or not, I think a lot of those guys actually kind of like what they do. They're born to do it, and they're making good money doing it. If the opportunity arises in there and it's a useful service, I don't know. Who said boots on the ground? Oh, nobody. I'm just kind of talking out loud right now. In fact, the Trump administration and Hegseth and the CENTCOM commander, all of them have come out and said that boots on the ground, like American boots on the ground, are not part of the plan. They're not ruling it out. They're not ruling anything out, but they said it's not part of the plan. And I'm very happy, and I hope that continues to be the case.
So I think somebody said they were 7 hours ahead of us. So if that's the case, it would be about 1 o'clock in the morning there right now. Let's see if I can find the other angles. Oh shit! I wasn't trying to take that away from y'all.
Build a website you love with
Well,
Wix.
if you want to, depends on how you define.
For your words.
We have known for months that we have had CIA in Iran. We know that. Trump has literally said that. Maybe he shouldn't have, but he did. The CIA has been, and presumably Mossad also. Now, beyond CIA, I don't know, might there be like Delta Force on the ground also? Maybe. I'm not, who knows? Maybe.
All right, this is a different view here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just now here, Saudi Arabia's defense ministry says it has just intercepted 3 ballistic missiles targeting the Prince Sultan airbase. Just now, guess what? The Iranians are still firing ballistic missiles. The Saudi Arabians have just said they intercepted 3 of them targeted at the Prince Sultan airbase. Let's put that on the map so everybody knows exactly where we're talking about. Here's the Prince
We'll
Sultan
bounce
airbase.
back and
That's
forth
like
in between these.
Well, would you look at that? So here
Yeah, AD was right.
And this is right, sort of in this. It's right outside Riyadh, isn't it? If I remember right. Yeah, there it is, just south of Riyadh. So guess what? Ballistic missiles getting fired.
Yeah, see, HK, y'all guys that's been in the military, I wish y'all would talk about this a little more because, for one, somebody like me, I don't know. All I can do is listen to y'all stories, but I can't even do that if you don't share them with us.
So I'm part-time lumberjack, part-time trucker, part-time. I cook waffles at a local Waffle House. Locally owned. I'm the owner. And what else do I do? What else do I do again? I forget. I do a lot of things.
Yeah, that's sad, man. Hey, thank you for your service, bro.
I think I have at least 5 or 6 part-time jobs. You know, you got to keep busy. Got to keep busy. Mm-hmm. No, thank you very much, JRG. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that saying, man, we're not built for that, you know.
Our live feeds here. Rudy T. Thank you, Rudy T. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Axel says, just a thought, Matt, when we completely change Iran and good leadership that works with us, then they can start paying us back from a certain percentage of oil sale that China buys. If this situation goes the way that Trump wants it to go, this is going to be very lucrative for the United States. Yes. As Venezuela already is. Venezuela already has proven to be lucrative for the United States. Iran, man,
I can't fucking tell.
The United States also, which I don't know how you could.
I can't fucking tell. Gas prices were supposed to drop. They're 3-something fucking gallon right now where I'm at. Maybe even more. I ain't been in town today.
That's up to him, but I'm married.
I haven't left the house.
And we have a 4.5-year-old daughter and a 2.5-year-old son, and I think we'd probably like some more. But hey, I'm already doing it. And I'm young. I'm 32. I think my wife is 29. Is she 29? Or 30? I don't know how old my wife. I don't know. Anyway, we've got kids. We're already having kids. We've been having kids. Shepard says, Matt, on YouTube, SGN Source Global News has several live cams, including Lebanon. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're just going to keep on watching this, though. I appreciate that, though. Thank you, though. Thank you very much. I'm totally comfortable with all of the cameras that we have right now, though. We already have, like, probably 15 of them. Thank you very much.
Me too, Cracker. We're fixing to switch to a different set right now.
Thank you very much.
Who would have thought 20 years ago you wouldn't have told me that you could sit back and just watch all of this shit from around the world?
Somebody's got to monitor this situation, and if not us, then who?
I hope so, ADA. How you doing, man?
And that's what we're doing here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Copper Top.
Thank you, sir.
But what is filling up going to do, right? One tank, that's not going to get you through. Hell, that don't get me through a week. I spend about $100 a week in gas.
Resolution, yeah, I mean, but the Senate already rejected it. So we're already.
Yeah,
it's already good. It's already all good.
It wasn't a fluke. That's right.
They can't stop it, even if they wanted. They couldn't do it.
Pay $2.85 a gallon at the cheap store.
Oh, that's gunshots in Beirut.
We have everything.
You think so?
Oasis from start to swim, keeping you and your family cool.
This dude's commercial, man, kill me.
There's gunshots in Beirut.
There's gunshots everywhere, brother.
Lying Dog said, Matt, everyone else stole the word massive from you. It's also pretty funny watching everyone else use it in their titles. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, hey, I invented that word. Okay, I have an update for you, ladies and gentlemen. In a phone interview Thursday with ABC News, President Trump marveled at the success of the military operation so far this year against Venezuela and Iran, telling Jonathan Karl
Israel rocket alert.
I hope you are
Red
impressed.
alert
How do
in
you
the
like the
last
performance? I
two
mean,
red
this really
alerts.
is obvious. This might be even better. How do you like that performance? Said Trump. Carl said that nobody questions the success of the military operation against Iran. The concern is what happens next. Trump responded, forget about next. They are decimated for a 10-year period before they could even build it back. That's a curious question. Yeah, how many years would it take Iran if they wanted to?
Yeah, I know. I paid like $24 for fucking cheap coffee InfoWars. I was like, what the fuck?
Damage that we have inflicted over the last couple days.
And drinks the shit out of anything with caffeine in it. It's not even worth door dashing after work right now.
Could be 5 years, could be 20 years. Who knows? Who knows? Could be. Is Matt Jewish? I am super not Jewish. I'm super duper, not a Juper. Super duper, not a Juper. Oh, I'm gonna have to do folks here. Okay, this coming out of Lebanon right now. I'm sorry, coming out of Beirut. Where is that? There it is.
Somebody said
South
Matt
side of
Morris is a
Beirut, Lebanon. And I think we actually saw this explosion. I think we actually have seen this one on that live footage.
somebody said on
Here's
the
another angle.
what's up, smart mouth? Somebody on this webcam thing said Matt's a
The Israeli
clickbaiter. How can you watch him?
That's LDS. I'm not LDS. I think I'm just kind of like loosely Lutheran, if anything. Maybe I'm not a big labels guy, but I think if anything, you could call me loosely a Lutheran. I was raised a little bit Lutheran. Actually, my close relative of mine.
I'm just gonna pin this link just in case anybody wants to come up.
Actually, my close relative of mine.
I'm just gonna pin this link just in case. Shit. Yeah, right. Only reason I watch Matt is because he kind of knows what's going on. He knows all this shit. I'd rather listen to him than just watching his camera.
More people need a relationship with Jesus Christ and not with a label. That's kind of what I just told you. That's kind of what I just said. Right? That's kind of what I was saying. So, can I tell you? Listen, can I tell you something, fellow Christ lovers? Can I tell you something? I just have no interest in like interdenominational. I think it's so professional. What a waste of time. Get over yourself.
American. Right. People that we. Well, I don't.
question, the internet, whatever, in real life. Seems like 99% of the rhetoric is just interdenominational bickering. It's not even about what Christ said. It's not even about what the guy said.
I doubt it, bro. I doubt it.
Over it. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, hell, I ain't even got this shit on the screen.
Right.
I didn't even realize I had taken them cameras down.
But hey, that's just my...
No, they're not going to pay nothing back. Why would they?
What do I know?
And how can you make them? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Dr. Doomy says there's no time for bickering when there's barbarians at the gates. The barbarians are not only...
I thought I just heard gunshots
inside of the castle. The barbarians are in the keep. And we still have people bickering about it.
They're saying Tel Aviv might have got hit again.
Once again, Iran has delayed announcing the successor to former Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei over security fears after the U.S. and Israel signaled that they're going to just keep on blowing, they're just going to blow up the next leader. Which,
but here's the thing, though.
Actually,
they're not going to let us just come in there and take their stuff. You know what I mean? They might, but I doubt it. But then again, they might,
if you want, I can set up a live stream from Long Island.
They might partner with us.
Drinking coffee, explaining how the world really works. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That beautiful East Coast accent.
Yeah, bro. No doubt. I feel the same way, brother.
East Coast accent.
Look, Info Warriors, everything I've got is paid for. Everything. And we waste a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. We waste a lot of money. But
as always,
the Modern Family
Ginger Locke says this
couldn't do what me and Amanda do every weekend.
Clement died in 2016 and he has been spot on.
I just heard a machine gun in the background.
He's spot on about everything. Thank you. Here, stuck in New Jersey. Mikey Sherrill cheated in November.
What's up, Rip It?
And honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. But hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you for getting that out there. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe true. I'm not sure.
My youngest daughter, she's talking about moving back in. I was like, well, you know where your room's still there. It ain't went nowhere. Ain't nobody moved it. Be honest with you, I'll be glad if she does. I was kind of heartbroken when she moved out to start with. Shouldn't have to pay property taxes, bro. If you're paying payments on it, I could kind of see it. But once you pay it off, that shit ought to be yours, man.
Going on to say that we can do this actually as long as it takes. As long as it takes. Good morning, Matt. Just wondering, are you in Oregon? Oregon is my home state, but I'm not there now. Or am I? Or am I? You're not gonna believe this. Back in
I'm reading this top.
I was walking around Portland Community College campus, as well as PSU, Portland State University, wearing a red, actually, literally.
Hey, does anybody know?
This very red MAGA hat. I've had this one. This is an OG.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was heartbroken, man.
I used to wear this thing walking around.
I couldn't let her know that, though. You know?
Portland Community College campus. And
hell, little shit.
Believe this was in 2016. You would not believe
She's a hustler now, for sure.
Severe meltdowns at the Portland Community College, right there in Portland, Oregon. You would not.
Good kid, man.
How pissed off people would get.
Everybody always wants to think your kids are the best, though, you know?
Wouldn't believe it. So anyway, we've been here from day one. We've been doing this a while. We've been doing this for a little while. Ruby Hoof, hey, thank you. Good to see you also, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I was trying to see if they had cameras over in different places. We'll just keep bouncing back and forth, though.
Stop food from becoming waste.
I should have wrote it down when Matt was saying that other place.
No. And it's not going to work like that.
Oh, yeah, bro. I know. That's mine. My youngest one just turned 18.
Thank you very much. I think we're going to see the Hormuz get opened up here pretty soon. Gunshots in Beirut. Pop in Beirut.
I wonder where he's catching that camera feed from.
First Amendment Media says, will the new leaders stay alive long enough to get health insurance? I don't even know if in Iran they have health insurance. I don't even know that's a thing. I don't know. It might not be worth it for the insurance provider. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a photo of the United States Lucas drone, which is a reverse-engineered Iranian Shahed suicide drone. As far as I understand, these things actually cost right around $35,000 to make, which is incidentally how much my car costs. Maybe I should get rid of my car and buy one of these. These are pretty cool. You can't help but notice it almost looks like they've got a wooden propeller here. That's kind of cool. Is that made of wood?
Hold on, I'll put Matt on there so y'all can see what he's talking about.
It's like this like hooks you up to your GPS right there. That's pretty cool. This is a pretty cool little craft. And once again, the Iranians came up with this. This is an Iranian craft that we kind of reverse engineered.
Oh, we'll back it up. Damn, wonder why he took that down.
Rick, on the internet, around the world, whatever, in real life. Seems like all I know is right now there's a little bit of a reprieve at the moment.
Okay, he's got that on. Beirut, Lebanon.
A little bit.
Yeah,
of
man, that's a better
reprieve.
camera view he's got right there. Let's see if we can find that one.
Hegseth says Iran is hoping that we cannot sustain this.
Are you kidding me, man?
Going on to say that
What's
we can
up,
do this
Captain
actually
Midnight?
as long as it takes.
Trump asked Lazinski
As
for
long as it
help
takes.
fighting the Iran drones. He ain't gonna help because he's mad that we quit giving
Good
him
morning,
money
Matt.
to
Just
fight
wondering, are
Russia.
you in Oregon? Oregon is my home state, but
Bruh.
I'm not there now.
Bruh.
Or am I? Or am I? You're not gonna believe this. Back in 2016, I was walking around Portland Community College campus, as well as PSU, Portland State University, wearing a red, actually, literally wearing this very red.
This is Beirut right here. I'm gonna try to find the split cams of all of them. U.S. versus Iran. Coach. That's what we need to. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. I think I might have just found it. Yeah. There we go. Let me close this and we'll bring it back up. See if it, for some reason, it stopped sharing the sound.
$35,000 to make,
That's the drones that they're using.
which is incidentally how much my car costs.
Now, why in the hell would that cost 35? Why would it cost $3,500 to make? There's nothing there.
Dollars to make. And these things,
This bitch blowing his nose on live fucking feed.
as far as I understand, these things actually cost right around $35,000 to make,
35,000.
which is incidentally how much my car costs.
There ain't no way that thing
Maybe
costs
I should get rid of my car and buy
$35,000.
one of these. These are
It ain't nothing but a little fucking motor. Somebody's getting rich. Beirut, Tel Aviv. Cool. That there's a little better, I think. What y'all think? This one here? No, they wouldn't copper top. Yeah, that's why I say you wouldn't think that them $35,000, that's a lot of damn money. I could see that motor costing $1,000. The GPS system they're using for $35,000, you ought to be able to bring it back. It ought to drop a payload and come back. $35,000 for a one-way drone? Get the fuck. Somebody's making a shit ton of money. Hell, for $35,000, I'll walk over and drop the payload off and come back. They're filming this in somebody's fucking house. They're playing inside of somebody's house. I hear them moving around in their chair. They're watching fucking chat. Yeah, right, info. Shit. The same motherfucker's got 2 or 3 sites up doing the same shit. He's probably making a killing on YouTube right now while these people are dying. Fucking sickening, man. People look for a way to capitalize and make money off of anything, don't they? This is how fucked up the world's gotten. All they can think about is a way to make a dollar. Nasty bastards. I wouldn't feel right making a dollar knowing somebody's human life is being fucking taken from them. These people piss me off, man. Sound like the motherfucker just did a line of cocaine. I swear. Y'all listen real close. Yeah, he damn sure did. Son of a bitch. I just heard him. This motherfucker's getting high right now. I swear he is. I just heard he just dumped more out. You hear it hit the fucking plate. Nah, it was him. I'm telling you. I said, pass the China White. I hear you. That's the fat one, right? Copper top with the white hair. Yeah, no, he definitely got it. Let me make me a pot of coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah, I hear it. I got headphones on too. You know what I mean? I got the volume pumped up. Bastard. Cooking. I ain't seen Rich, man. I ain't talked to him in a while. Rich plays a lot of video games and shit, you know what I mean? Has he? I ain't seen him. He might think I went overboard fucking with my crazy cousin. I ain't no telling. Rich, good people though, man. Yeah. Yeah, and don't be asleep, man. I don't got to go to work. Well, I don't have to go, but I should be going. They probably mad I didn't come today. I just don't want to work full time anymore, man. I'm getting to that age where I ain't with it. I want to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Work when I want to and not when I don't. Do y'all really? That's what's up, man. PBR don't have a crush on you too, does he, Rip It? Next time you see Rich, say rum rum. He'll know what it is. PBR coming to pick him up on that motorcycle. I used to give him hell about that shit. Montauk, I don't know if I say what's up or not. What's up, Slayback? May the 4th. Yeah, man. Bro, what about the non-tax shit, though, Info Warriors? They don't take it now, do they? I'm just so tired anymore, man. Look, when I start working and I get in the zone, I will overwork myself. I always have. And the older I get, the more I hurt. Y'all know, I'm sure y'all fucking know, man. Some of y'all are as old as I am. You fucking know. Your body starts getting wore out and shit. I'm still strong as a motherfucker, though. But I'm nowhere near what I was when in my 30s. In my 30s, I'd piss a motherfucker off. They thought I was trying to do it on purpose. It was just me, man. I just put my head down and do what I had to do, you know? Don't think about it. Just do it. Yeah, vroom, vroom. Oh, it's BS. I am a grandfather. I am a granddaddy. I got all kinds of grandbabies out there. Hell, I got one. He wants to be with me everywhere I go. He always has that since a baby. He always claimed to me and his Mimi. He'd be here right now if his daddy had let him. It is, Rip It. It is. Dude, so I got him a little Honda four-wheeler, a little 350 four-wheel drive, and I got it for a deal. It wasn't running, but I knew it wasn't locked up or nothing. And I was like, shit, I could probably fix this. So me and him was out there and shit. I bought a little carburetor off of Amazon, and you know, carburetor on a 4-wheeler ain't shit to put on. So I was getting him to help me put it on. He hit the starter on that thing fired up. You should have seen his eyes, man. It was the happiest day of his life. And that thing is a piece of shit. 5/8, yeah, that's that old fucking fireproof shit. Fire resistant. Fuck 5/8. I was glad when they came out with that ceiling rock. I used to hang that shit too, copper top. What's happening, chopsticks? See, I didn't know that, Info Warriors. I didn't know that. I know if you don't make but so much, you don't have to file taxes. I know that. Just thank God you don't owe 12 million in back taxes. How the fuck do you get that far behind? Jesus Christ, man. I feel sorry for that fucking young. Wait till they start seizing shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, and commercial building stuff. Commercial and residential is different though. In commercial, you stand everything up. Residential, you lay everything down. Old Mr. fucking outlaw himself. Old Mr. Nashville. I couldn't believe that shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, most definitely. And she's still the problem, bro. That money he's fucking hunting. Yeah, we already know. Oh yeah, rip it. Yeah. Yeah, he ride the shit out of that thing. It's a piece of shit. I mean, it runs good. It doesn't smoke or anything like that, but I put all new bearings in the front. He doesn't ride it real hard though. He never has been one to be real hard. Oh shit, Beirut. You see that? Beirut just got hit. Camera one. They just took a direct hit in Beirut. Because she had it sent somewhere else. I'm gonna back that up just a little bit. Watch camera one right there. Oh hell, I backed it up too far, I think. There it come. Here it come. I never seen it until it hit. Trying to speed it up and tell where it hit at again. People are fucked up in the chat. You see the stupid shit they're putting in the chat over there? How can you be happy about that? You know somebody just fucking died. Fuck is wrong with people, man? That shit hit right where the cameras could see it too. That's crazy. Damn it, I back it up that fucking far. Must have backed it up way, way far. Okay. Here it comes. I've never seen it. What's up, Deb? I don't know. Shit, I'm going the wrong way. I was trying to see it. See if we could see what it was. I don't think that was a rocket. I think that was a fucking bomb. I think that was a bomb because I see a flash on the ground. Yeah, probably Slayback. Probably. Yeah, I think that was a bomb. I don't think that was I'm skipping back and forth. Oh shit. It's on the single camera right here. I'm backing it up right now to see. All right, we'll put it on the single one. Let's see. Damn, hope everybody all right? That looked like a bomb. They getting down over there in Beirut. They ain't got shit on Chirac. We'll bring some fucking hood rats from Chirac over there. We'll teach them a damn lesson. We'll bring little Dirk's people over there, huh? We'll teach them something. What do y'all think? I say they take all them little gang bangers over there and drop them out. Try to put it on different feed. That way we can hear when there's red alerts going on and we can skip back and forth.
Here at Super Breakers, we provide the parts that keep your world running. We're about at Super Burgers. We're about appreciating every little inner work.
Come on, man. We're a damn commercial.
High voltage love.
Cut! Mike, what are you doing?
Super Breakers. We just love what we do. Who hired this guy?
I don't know, but this some bitch has got commercial after commercial.
Southern Lebanon. Southern Lebanon is the part closest to Israel. So reports of a number of strikes there as well.
Israel launching airstrikes in Beirut and Lebanon.
There's supposed video. Hold on, let me check something out. What is this?
That looked like a bomb. That didn't look like a rocket.
A video that claims to show like a gathering being struck in Tehran. I don't know if it's legit though.
How in the fuck's this one dude got all these goddamn live feeds up? Something's not right with this, y'all. One person, one channel has got all these fucking live feeds up, different shit on YouTube. Now, what the fuck is going on here? How does one channel have all the fucking video feeds up? You know, one of them is saying it's live and it's fucking daylight in Beirut. And it's not the same camera angles that we got right here. And it's fucking daylight. And they got the one for Jerusalem and all. Something ain't fucking jiving. Because it's the same motherfucker that we're watching right now on a different live feed. It can't be daylight in both places.
So if you want to sit at the casino at home and play some on.
That makes sense, smart mouth. I was just saying,
Next guest to help break it all down from Politico, Eric Bazali Emil. Thanks so much for joining us here, Eric, on Live Now from Fox. And
yeah, stay back. No shit.
you guys have been all.
That's why they were saying that, Dave.
Has struck Al Ubaid Air Base in Qatar. That is the largest military installation for the United States
that is trying to stop you from doing the job that the President of the United States has given you.
I wish you did know. I'd upload that bitch. I'd put it on that other channel. I'd just let it run.
Mr. President.
Senator from Virginia.
President, I rise today, I believe.
Can y'all hear them?
An ultimate speaker before we have a vote on the War Powers Resolution, the bipartisan resolution I have filed with Senators Paul, Schiff, and Schumer. I rise today in support of our troops who don't deserve to be sent into war unless this Congress votes that there should be such a war. I pray for the families who are learning that their loved ones will not come home. I pray for the families whose children
What's this idiot talking about? They already at war.
unable to sleep with worry about them. Mr. President, I've paid attention over the course of the last 13 months as this president has again and again and again used our troops to carry out military action without coming to Congress. I've paid attention to the reasons that my colleagues are giving who want to give the president an easy pass around the Constitution. When we had a vote last summer about the attack on Iran at the end of the Israeli 12-day war, by the time the vote had been called up, that bombing mission was in the rearview mirror. And so my colleague from Idaho said, there's no hostilities. The hostilities are over. So you should vote against the resolution on that ground. When we called up an effort to constrain the president from illegally striking boats in international waters, the legal rationale asserted by my colleagues to vote down a war powers resolution and end run the Constitution was, these are pinprick strikes that don't rise to the level of war. Only if it's war must the White House come to Congress. When I brought forward a resolution a month or so ago to say no war in Venezuela without a vote of Congress, again, my colleague from Idaho said, this isn't war, it's over. It was one and done. There are no troops.
Oh, I just seen something I thought.
One reason after the next to give the president an easy pass lane around the Constitution. Well, today we're dealing with something different. You can't stand up and say this is a pinprick that doesn't lead to the level that would be characterized as war. You can't stand up and say this is one and done and no troops are engaged in hostilities against Iran. Members of the Senate, this is war. The President of the United States has called it a war against Iran. The head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Kane, has called it a war against Iran. Secretary Rubio, our Secretary of State, has called it a war against Iran. All of the excuses that you've advanced to give the president an easy pass around the Constitution and suggest he needn't come to Congress all evaporate because this is a war. It's a war. Many of my colleagues know that during the classified briefing yesterday, I can't reveal information.
Yeah, I seen that one, Ford. That shit was fucking horrendous, bro.
The body, including the administration witnesses, your escalating pattern of military action without seeking our approval convinces me that you believe you never need to come to Congress to wage war against anyone anywhere. I hoped that someone might refute my point and tell me I'm wrong, and they would come to Congress, but no one did. And so here we are in a war that has cost American lives, that is leading to chaos throughout the region, that threatens to go bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm asking the Senate to do what the framers of the Constitution said we should do, debate and vote about matters of
Man,
war.
y'all don't never do what the Constitution says to do.
To listen to music or something while you're working out. It can be frustrating. How
Shut
many
your ass up.
struggle with this use case?
What are the arguments now that the other side has made to suggest we should vote down this resolution? First, they say that Iran are bad actors. On that, we would agree. If you put in a resolution, Iran has carried out a lot of bad actions, you get 100-0 vote in this body on that resolution. But being a bad actor is not an easy pass around the Constitution. It does not allow us to take our sons and daughters into war and risk their lives without a debate and vote. That is not a sufficient rationale. And the other rationale, and you just heard my colleague make it, was that the effort to bring a war powers resolution, a bipartisan resolution before this body, is somehow partisan. It's this side trying to come to the aid of the regime. There's nothing partisan about the Constitution. There's nothing partisan about caring for our kids and wanting to have a debate before they get sent into harm's way to risk their lives. This is not a partisan issue on our side. We are basically asking a question of the entire Senate, indeed of the entire nation. Have we learned nothing from 25 years of war in the Middle East? 14,000 American troops and contractors killed in Iran and Afghanistan. More than 65,000 American troops and contractors injured in these wars. These nearly 80,000 people.
Yeah, you know what though? A lot of, hey, here's the truth behind that. A lot of them deaths that happen over there was because these motherfuckers are trying to be politically correct. When you're in war, you can't do that. It's no holds bar, no fucking prisoners. Let them people do what the fuck they were trained to do, and that shit won't happen.
Every age, every rank, every religion, every gender, they only had two things in common. A, they had a patriotic desire to serve their country, and B, their futures were dramatically affected, in some instances eliminated, because of 25 years of war in the Middle East. Someone suggested yesterday that this resolution was our effort to gum up the work of the, what is the work of the Senate? What is the work of the Senate?
And it's still smoky over here on this one.
Circumstances under which we should send our kids into war, in addition to the lives lost of American troops and contractors and those injured, hundreds of thousands of civilian deaths, innocent civilian deaths in Iran and Afghanistan. More than $8 trillion spent that could have been spent on American health care, on American housing, on American education, spent on the war in Afghanistan and Iraq. And what did we get for it? What did we get for it? If people think 25 years of war in the Middle East was a good thing or produced something, I hope they would come to the floor and tell us what we gained from it. This effort to force a vote is not about partisanship. It's about the Constitution. But even more importantly, it's about the lives of our troops and the question of what, in fact, we got from 25 years of war in the Middle East, and whether we should continue that, quote, forever war. The president tweeted out the phrase forever war today when he talked about the munitions that we have. We don't need illegal wars. We don't need forever wars. We don't need more wars in the Middle East. Let me say this and conclude and yield to our Democratic leader. I've said this to my colleagues before. I came to this body in 2013 with the experience of being a governor and watched my Virginians repeatedly deployed time after time after time.
It's always that way, ain't it, smart mouth?
DOD civilians, Virginia National Guard, into the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. And I went to the deployments, and I went to the homecomings, and I went to the wakes, and I went to the funerals. And I signed the condolence letters that all governors sign when they get the bad news that one of their own has lost their lives in war. And when I came to this body in 2013, I said that I would do anything I could in my power to stop any president, Democrat or Republican, from waging war without coming to Congress. And I would especially do anything I could to stop an unwise, unnecessary war that puts our troops' lives at risk for no legitimate reason. Colleagues who've been with me since 2013 know that I've upheld that standard against presidents of both parties. And President Obama wanted to use military action in Syria to punish the Syrian regime for using chemical weapons against its own citizens. Even though I was his friend, I stood up and said, you cannot do that without a vote of Congress. Presidents can defend against incoming attack, protect against Houthis firing at our ships in the Red Sea. Presidents can act when there is a
Camera one, something going on. I can't tell if that's a plane or...
Congress voted that presidents should be able to act against. But in this instance, there is no congressional authorization on the books that would authorize this military action. And as my colleagues have amply demonstrated, the administration in their shifting set of rationales, and even in a classified setting, could produce no evidence, none, that the U.S. was under an imminent threat of attack from Iran. It's easy to try to dismiss this by saying, oh, it's about partisanship. And those who would say that say it so they don't have to grapple, I believe, with their own sense of unease about what we are starting on right now. Perhaps this war will be over in a few weeks or a few months. We pray that it will be. But that's what we thought about the war in Iraq when we claimed that the mission was accomplished, when we claimed that we were met as liberators, and yet years and years and years later, troops from all of our states were still coming home deeply wounded and affected, both physically and in their mental health from those wars, from seeing what happened to them and their friends. Some never came home. If there's one thing we do that we have to get right, it's this. It's this. We can't afford to hide under a desk and let any president, Democrat or Republican, send our best and brightest, our own kids, into war to risk their lives unless we have debated it, we have determined it's in the national interest, we have voted and thereby put our signature and our thumbprint on the notion that it's worth sending our best and brightest to risk their lives. I urge my colleagues, as this is escalating from pinprick strikes to one-off operations, now into full war, even called war by the president and his chief advisors, let's stand up and do what the Constitution requires us to do. I urge a yes vote on my resolution, and I yield the floor.
Why is everyone ditching their old mattress for this one? I now understand why this viral nectar mattress.
Well, it's too late now, man. It's too late now. We already in it.
Democrat stellar leadership on this issue, not just this year, but through decades, through the last decade. And he is an inspiration, I think, to all. And Paul, for joining me and Senator Kaine in this important resolution. Now, Mr. President, today, senators face a choice. Stand with the American people who are tired of war in the Middle East, or side with Donald Trump, who bumbles America into another war most Americans fiercely oppose. Voting on matters of war is one of the most solemn votes a senator can take. This is about whether or not senators are ready to send your sons and your daughters into harm's way. If there was ever a moment for Senate Republicans to take a stand, it's now. The last thing the American people want or need is another war in the Middle East. But if you listen to Secretary Pete Hegseth's press conference this morning, one thing is crystal clear. America is at war with no plan, no strategy. In his own words, Hegseth said, quote, "We are just getting started."
Right before your son.
Accelerating, not decelerating. And in the wake of 6 brave Americans who died in uniform, Trump simply says, there will likely be more. That's the way it is. This, my colleagues, is madness. Americans spent
Trump ain't fucking sugarcoating it. He tells you the way it is. You motherfuckers try to sell dreams.
Parents watch their kids.
6 people died. They need to pay for that shit.
Many lives lost, so many billions wasted, so much suffering and anguish.
That's the truth, Zach.
Why is Donald Trump hell-bent on making history repeat itself? Why is he plunging America headfirst into a war that Americans do not want and which he cannot even explain? Enough is enough.
I'm hearing sirens, but I got quite a few pages open with these cameras. I'm trying to figure out which one it's coming from.
We must act to stop Trump's belligerence. The American people will be watching how senators vote. History will judge this chamber for how we act. To my colleagues, all of my colleagues, it is time to make a stand. We must stop another war in the Middle East. Support our resolution. Yield the floor.
Senator from Virginia.
Section 601B of the International Security Assistance and Arms Control Act, I move to discharge the Committee on Foreign Relations from further consideration of SJ Res 104 to direct the removal of United States Armed Forces from hostilities within or against the Islamic Republic of Iran that have not been authorized by Congress.
The clerk will report.
Senator from Virginia, Mr. Kane, moves to discharge SJ Res 104 to direct the removal of United States Armed Forces from hostilities within or against the Islamic Republic of Iran that have not been authorized by Congress from the Committee on Foreign.
I never consider myself mega anyway. I never did like that term because they were trying to put us everybody in a box. Hillary Clinton started that shit with the deplorable.
Baldwin. Mr. Banks. Mr. Barrasso. Mr. Bennett. Mrs. Blackburn. Mr. Blumenthal. Ms. Blunt Rochester. Mr. Booker. Mr. Bozeman. I did, sir. Thank you. Yeah, gotcha. Mr. Britt. Mr. Budd. Ms. Cantwell. Mrs. Capito. Mr. Cassidy. Ms. Collins. Mr. Coons. Mr. Cornyn. Ms.
Damn, one of
Cortez
them
Masto.
got some win.
Mr. Cotton. Mr. Kramer. Mr. Crapo. Mr. Cruz. Mr. Curtis. Mr. Daines. Ms. Duckworth. Mr. Durbin. Ms. Ernst. Mr. Fetterman. Mrs. Fisher. Mr. Gallego. Mrs. Gillibrand. Mr. Graham. Mr. Grassley. Mr. Haggerty. Ms. Hassan. Mr. Hawley. Mr. Heinrich.
Did I already had that one? Yeah.
Mr. Hickenlooper. Ms. Morano,
I don't think they're gonna be able to stop him.
Mr. Husted,
Hell, they ain't been able to stop him.
Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr.
He
Joseph,
always wants American war.
Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan, Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Marino, Mr. Mullen, Ms. Murkowski,
Hell, somewhere I done lost
Mr.
one of the
Murphy.
fucking cameras.
Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt,
No.
Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slapkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock, Ms. Warren, Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young, Senators voting in the affirmative. Also Brooks, Baldwin, Bennett, Blumenthal, Blunt Rochester, Booker, Cantwell, Cortez Masto, Duckworth, Durbin, Gillibrand, Hassan, Heinrich, Hickenlooper, Kane, Kelly, Kim, King, Klobuchar, Lujan, Markey, Merkley, Murray, Padilla, Peters, Reed, Rosen, Sanders, Schatz, Schiff, Schumer, Slotkin, Smith, Van Hollen, Warner, Warnock, Warren, Welch, Whitehouse, and Wyden. Mr. Langford.
No.
Senators voting. Mr. Coons, aye. Senators voting in the negative. Barrasso, Blackburn, Cassidy, Kramer, Crapo, Fetterman, Graham, Grassley, Haggerty, Hawley, Justice, Langford, Marshall, McCormick, Risch, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Tillis, and Tuberville.
So you think he's a fag, huh? I just thought it was kind of fitting to play that in the background while we're watching this shit. I say turn them loose. If they gonna fight, turn them the fuck loose. No holds barred. Just let them go. Let them do what they want to do. You want to really fucking demonstrate power, United States military, cut them the fuck loose and don't put no restraints on them. Yeah, the old guy that's always on the fucking news. He's kind of a heavier set guy with white hair. Yeah. This idiot right here. That's who you're talking about. I'm gonna get me a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Sausage sucking lisp. Oh shit! Right, Deb? Let them do their thing, fuck. They ready to go. Did they say which way they voted yet? Did they pass it or deny it? What's up, motivated? Mm. We got warnings coming in on one of them. Let me click around and see where we at here. Maybe it wasn't on.
Islamists, no. Mr. Young, no.
I got all these windows open, so I'm listening to several different channels at one time. One of these cocksuckers got fucking chickens
This is
growing.
beauty.
Little
No.
bastards.
Mr. Gallego, Mr. Mullen, no.
Hell, I'm looking at this shit with some of these senators and shit. They ought to be in a damn retirement home.
Mr. Scott of South Carolina, no. Mr. Ossoff, aye. Mr. Moran, no. Ms. Murkowski, no. Mr. Banks, no.
You know, after that bomb or whatever blew up in Beirut, you ain't seen no sirens, no kind of response from nobody, nothing. That's crazy.
Precision. That's the essence of driving. Lawful. At New York Presbyterian, we do more than follow standards of care. We exceed. We're
Mrs. Fisher, no. Ms. Ernst, no.
I wish they'd hurry up and say whether or not they're going to pass it or not. These motherfuckers take forever. Hell, some of them old people in there are gonna be fucking passed away trying to get the fucking vote passed or denied. Oh, I can speed this shit up.
Americans, but not yet knowing who, and wondering if that terrible knock will come on your door, whether in Dover, Delaware, and of why this body, this Senate, couldn't carry out its constitutional role and authorize this war. I represent Delaware. The Dover Air Force Base in the center of our state, in our state capital, is where every American who falls in service to our nation first returns to our story. And Dover has the honor, the sacred duty to carry out and support what are called dignified transfers. And planes with dead Americans in flag-draped transfer cases first come off the back of a C-17 to a waiting family and an honor guard. I've stood on the flight line at Dover next to President Trump, President Biden, President Obama, and a whole range of senior military officers as we've witnessed this great, solemn. I was last there in December with President Trump and the two senators from Iowa as we witnessed those Iowans who'd fallen in Syria. And I soon hope to return to be able to join in witnessing and honoring the homecoming. Captain Cody Cork, of Sergeant First Class Noah Tegens, Sergeant First Class Nicola Moore, and Sergeant Declan Cody. There are two more Americans fallen so far in this war whose names have not yet been released. All four I just named from Iowa. I am so grateful to the men and women of AFMAO, the Armed Forces Mortuary Affairs Operations Unit.
We're just bouncing around looking at different views, y'all. I hope y'all don't mind.
Place for the families of the fallen on the grounds of Dover Air Force Base, where those who've just learned of their deep loss are hosted. These are special missions and special places. The volunteers from our community at Fisher House, the service members who staff and support AFMAO, the folks at the Personal Effects Depot who do an incredible job preparing the remains of the fallen for return to their home states for burial. Effects Depot who do an incredible job preparing the remains of the fallen for return to their home states for burial. The members of the Chaplaincy Corps and the military liaison officers who help comfort and engage and support the families. It's the very least we could do as a nation to respect and honor our brave and bold who volunteered to be a part of the greatest military in the world. I'm always grateful when other members of this body join for these dignified transfers. And in the last year, 2 senators from Illinois, 2 senators from Georgia, as well as members of the House, have come and joined in these strikingly awful ceremonies. There is a sound that a mother and a widow make when they first recognize the movement of a flag-draped coffin holding the remains of their loved one that you can never unhear. And that presence, that sound, that grief, that keening into the wind should be on the heart of every son, of every American leader, as we vote on whether or not to commit our nation's armed forces to war. I come from a family with a long record of military service back to our nation's first war. My brother, my sister-in-law, my father, my uncles all served. I grew up in a home where my father's veteran friends visited and where I knew my brother would follow.
I had to speed his ass up. He killing me with that shit.
And it is, in my view, a great blessing to represent 10,000 service members and their families were stationed at Dover Air Force Base and to have had the opportunity to visit and to fly and to support the crews of the C-17s and C-5As based at Dover and to see how much they've done around the world to re-equip and support our troops, to support our partners and allies, to deliver badly needed relief. In the case of disasters, they carry out an incredible mission.
Holy shit, that dude's fucking killing me. I just want to find out if they're going to declare real war or not.
And I can only imagine the heartsick. PDX CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper holding a news conference.
I'm honored to stand right here today alongside one of America's finest. Admiral Brad Cooper, commander of U.S. Central Command. We just had a chance to spend a couple of hours together, better part of 2 hours, going through the entirety of this Operation Epic Fury. And Admiral, I want to thank you for everything you do in your incredible leadership, your dynamic thinking, the way you're attacking this problem set on every level. In just days of Operation Epic Fury, you and your team have delivered nothing short of devastating, precise strikes, taking out the better part of Iran's navy, making it combat ineffective, neutralizing missile sites and launchers, and establishing total dominance over the skies we fly over and seas we fly over. Our forces are executing with unmatched skill.
So I take it that they passed it. They're going to war.
This is the kind of no-nonsense, results-driven war fighting that America demands. And you're delivering it in spades. You are the man for this moment. Admiral Cooper, on behalf of the President, the Department of War, and every American watching, I want to thank you for the outstanding job you and CENTCOM are doing. Keep pressing the fight, and we are with you all the way. A few thoughts before I hand it over to the Admiral for an update. Iran is hoping that we cannot sustain this, which is a really bad miscalculation for the IRGC in Iran. You see, there's no shortage of American will here. We remember and honor our fallen, those 6 that we will soon welcome at Dover, who gave everything for their country in this mission. We remember them. But we remember them by dedicating ourselves even more fervently.
I was under the impression that's what they were voting on.
Our mission objectives only increases as our advantages continue to increase. We've got no shortage of munitions. Our stockpiles of defensive and offensive weapons allow us to sustain this campaign as long as we need to. Again, our munition status only increases as our advantage increases. Our capabilities, we have only just begun.
Did it go through, bro, or no? That's what I was waiting. I couldn't listen to that old man no more.
If you think you've seen something, just wait. The amount of combat power that's still flowing, that's still coming, that will be.
I take it from his comment just saying, no, it's coming.
What it currently is right now, when you add up our capabilities and those of the Israeli Defense Forces. And we have no shortage of authorities. The Admiral knows we have clear objectives with maximum authorities on the battlefield. The dumb, politically correct wars of the past were the opposite of what we're doing here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
With restrictive.
I'm listening to him.
No more.
That's why I said them political wars, they ain't politically correct ain't the way to go. You can't fight politically correct.
Our capabilities are overwhelming and gathering still, as are those of our Israeli partners. Our munitions are full up, and our will is ironclad, which means our timeline is ours and ours alone to control. As long as it takes to ensure the United States of America achieves these objectives. And as we flow more forces, and as we flow more capabilities, and as our munitions, as we're flying over the top, have even more devastating effects, we set the tempo, we set the timeline, led by the commander.
I see a bunch of smoke in Beirut. Hold on, let's see what happened here.
Listen to Admiral Cooper, what he needs, and what he needs, he will.
Meet Mel, the revolutionary way to stop food.
Must have missed something.
It's real powerful. The dual grinding system.
We're built for this fight, and we are in it to win it.
Oh shit! Y'all see that on the top?
I'll hand it over to Admiral Brad Cooper to give you an update right here from CENTCOM. Admiral.
Mr. Secretary, first, thank you very much and good afternoon, and welcome to U.S. Central Command Headquarters, America's Warfighting Headquarters. It's great to be here alongside the Secretary and representing the more than 50,000.
Let's bite this one up and see if we can see it, because something just happened right there in Beirut.
So, Mr. Secretary, first, thank you very much for your leadership and support and the very clear vision and objectives that you've given us to allow us to use overwhelming force against the Iranian terrorist regime. And thanks to all of you for attending today, and welcome to Tampa. We are now starting our 6th day of a historic mission to eliminate Iran's ability to threaten Americans. We are, if I could channel my inner Navy officer, we are at full speed ahead in executing orders given by leadership in Washington. The President and Secretary Hegseth have been crystal clear in their expectations, and we are at a high level of execution. As described by the Secretary and earlier this week by me, U.S. combat power is building as Iranian combat power declines. Our air dominance allows us to hit Iran's center of gravity with
something happened in Beirut.
A couple of examples. In just the last 72 hours, America's bomber force has struck nearly 200 targets deep inside of Iran, including around Tehran. And in just the last hour, U.S. B-2 bombers dropped dozens of 2,000-pound penetrator bombs, targeting deeply buried ballistic missile launchers. Notably, we've also struck Iran's equivalent of Space Command, which degrades their ability to threaten Americans. Then, if I just look back over the last 24 hours of the operation compared to where we were at its start, ballistic missile attacks have decreased by 90% since day one. Drone attacks have decreased by 83% since day one. Having said this, we remain vigilant. Our strikes.
Keep watching. Something happened right there.
You may have heard the president say.
I just backed it up a little too far, I think.
Sunk or destroyed 24 ships. That was true at the moment. We're now up over 30 ships. And in just the last few hours, we hit an Iranian drone carrier ship, roughly the size of a World War II aircraft carrier. And as we speak, it's on fire. The president gave us another task: to raise or level Iran's ballistic missile industrial base. So we're not just hitting what they have, we're destroying their ability to rebuild. And so as we transition to the next phase of this operation, we will systemically dismantle Iran's missile production capability for the future, and that's absolutely in progress. This is going to take some time, but our forces are well supplied, as the Secretary said, and we are absolutely ready to prosecute this mission decisively. Our combined joint forces have relentlessly destroyed Iran's air defenses over the past few days, and they've continued hunting for more systems to kill. Our air defenders are operating at the very top of their game. I couldn't be prouder, shoulder to shoulder with our partners in the region, in many cases, providing the most integrated air defense network in Middle East history. We are fighting to win. Through combined U.S. and Israeli combat power, we will continue decimating Iran's ability to project power outside its borders. And if I can just conclude by saying a strong salute to the brave men and women who are out on the pointy edge of this, really doing exceptional work. I just couldn't be prouder, and I know the American people share in that same pride. So thank you very much.
And with that, we'll take a few questions. Yeah, right here.
Why it's so hard to find? I can see the smoke now.
You guys talked about what you asked for. Has there been any surprise? Any surprises from Iranian capabilities that you guys have seen in the past 6 days?
We're very familiar with Iranian's capabilities, and as you might imagine, we planned for it right from the outset, and I feel good about what the plan was. Like any good organization, we adjust as necessary to meet the environment, and we've made those appropriate adjustments.
One, was an American pilot shot down today in Iraq? And two, I've heard reports that there's enriched uranium stored in Isfahan. I've also heard reports that there's not a lot of bombing there. Is that on purpose? Do we believe there's enriched uranium there? And would we ever send special forces to secure it?
As CENTCOM pointed out, that those reports of an F-15 being shot down are false. As you can imagine, Iran is doing everything it can to peddle in lies, deception, and inflation of numbers and reality. Most people propagandize to their own people, right? They've shut down the internet. They're hoping they can convince their own population that they're having success. One thing one of their leaders said recently is that 500 Americans have been killed, they claim. These are lies. The lies will continue. CENTCOM will continue to debunk those lies. So, and as often is the case in conflict, first reports are often wrong. As it pertains to nuclear material and things like that, one of the objectives the president has always said is that Iran will not have a nuclear bomb, nuclear capabilities. But we would never disclose what we will or will not do inside operational plans. So Admiral Cooper's got a plan. We're working that plan, and targets will be struck or not struck according to what we want to achieve. Yeah, right there.
So the president said earlier today
That's a bomb.
that he would like to have a say in who's the next leader of Iran. Is this an expansion of your military objective? Do you view it that way? And additionally, you spoke earlier today about how previous leaders have drawn resources from our hemisphere to the Middle East. How do you avoid that?
Well, there's no expansion. Ultimately, I think the president's having a heck of a say in who runs Iran, given the ongoing operation we have. So there's no expansion in our objectives. We know exactly what we're trying to achieve. I think today's a great example of what this War Department is capable of doing.
What's up, Josh?
Another part of Florida today, where we announced, America.
If right now you feel scared to look at your bank account or anxious every time you go to buy something because you don't know.
Because counter cartel conference, 18 countries coming together from Central, South America, and the Caribbean, where we announced, America's counter cartel conference. 18 countries coming together from Central, South America, and the Caribbean, coming together to fight cartels. That is something that is ongoing. We're focused there. We're focused in the Indo-Pacific. We can mass combat power in CENTCOM. EUCOM is able to support that as well. So
big plume of smoke, but I didn't see no flash or nothing.
That's why we're working with partners to take on cartels. That's why we're sinking drug boats. That's why we're on the offense there. But the beautiful things about combatant commands is that, Brad Cooper's laser focused on Central Command, just like Frank Donovan is laser focused on Southern Command. We can do both. That's what a global
power. A lot of smoke coming from right there, but I can't tell what it's from.
Iran's nuclear pursuit and their unwillingness through negotiations to stop it was something President Trump has said for a long time needs to be dealt with. And after 47 years, he's doing something that no other president was willing to do. And we're doing it overwhelmingly, and we're doing it decisively, while also in other parts of the globe having the desired effects. I mean, take, for example, what we displayed yesterday, the Iranian ship in the Indian Ocean, sunk by Indo-PACOM, another combatant command, who coordinated with us in order to make that happen. So America's reach is global. Our focus here, though, these missions are narrow, they're scoped, and Admiral Cooper is well on his way to ensuring that we reach those objectives. Right here, yes, sir.
Harold, the trainers are talking about providing low-cost interceptors, given their
some reason I think that they're planting bombs around that mode. I don't think that them are rockets.
How effective the Lucas drones have been. What kind of
There's another explosion right here somewhere. You'll see it in just a second. But you don't see no boom, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, it's a live feed, Josh. I got it. I got a news clip playing through the Bluetooth, and then I got this shit playing.
Perspective of what those are, but I think you have seen over a period of time us kind of get on the other side of this cost curve on drones in general. I just walked back a couple of years. You remember what you used to always hear? We're shooting down a $50,000 drone with a $2 million missile. These days, we're spending a lot of time shooting down $100,000 drones with $10,000 weapons per members. So that's one aspect. But
yeah, lots of plumes of smoke, but like no explosion or nothing. I don't know what that was.
Iranian drone design. We captured it, pulled the guts out, sent it back to America, put a little "Made America" on it, brought it back here, and we're shooting them at the Iranians.
Shit,
good targets.
Good targets. Right there.
Thank you so much, Secretary. President Trump, in his first speech after the launch of the operation Epic Fury, he addressed Iranian people and he said that there is going to be a time for you to come out, but if not now, stay home. If not safe, I want to know if there is a timeline for that you're going to urge Iranian people to come out, how that is going to play out, and how are you going
Enough of that shit. So it's full speed ahead. That's what's up. Yeah, Beirut fucking in trouble. Oh, okay. I just know the one when it hit, it blew up, you know. We'll watch this one for a little while. So it's 1:30 in the morning there. They'll probably start getting crunk up here pretty soon, I'm sure.
On, you can see that smoking, fiery crater there. Look at that. Good Lord, goodness gracious. They're having barbecue over there. It's probably not pork barbecue. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. The Tomb of Gilgamesh is a very interesting topic. Matt, are you aware of this topic? I believe it's located back in Obama's administration. You want to have a little bit of a schizophrenic conspiratorial talk for a minute? In fact, we actually had this talk, I think, maybe 4 days ago. One of these ideas, I think this is probably what you're talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong. One of these ideas is that a lot of these wars that have been waged in Iraq and Iran and Ukraine also, that these wars are waged in these specific locations for the purpose of destroying ancient historical secrets. There's tombs and statues and all types of ancient remnants of ancient civilizations. And the reason, it's because the global elite, they want to destroy it. They want to destroy the evidence. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to that. I'm not saying I personally ascribe to that belief, but I've read that as one of those conspiracies. I've read a lot about those conspiracies. Yeah. I have read about that. You hear the beeping? What beeping? That's just the bird that lives in my hallway. That's the hallway bird. Beeping. What are you talking about? That's just the hallway bird. It just chirps sometimes. Like Tartaria. I'm not a Tartarian guy. It's not my personal conspiracy, but yeah, I mean, maybe you could tie this into Tartaria in some way. I'm sure you could. It's like maybe Tartarian adjacent. That fire is raging on. Look at that. That strike, that they might have hit whatever they were targeting. Looks like they hit the hell out of it, huh?
Yeah, it's damn sure burning.
I'm not sure what they hit. Something Hezbollah related. I kind of have a hard time believing in the global mud flood. But hey, you know what? You never know. I wasn't there. There's more gunfire on the streets of Beirut, Lebanon. Matt, can you make the Beirut cam bigger? How about, because you asked so nicely, how about we do this? Why don't we just throw this one up on the big screen? How about that? How about that?
I'm thankful to be living in America right now. How about you? It could be worse. We could be stuck in one of these fucking countries where the shit's going on. Have to be thankful for what we got, folks.
Cebolllah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
It could be worse. You know what I mean?
In Beirut, Lebanon.
You know, they always are saying that Beirut is always in shambles. They're always fighting.
Put that one up there for a while. Look at that. Good Lord. Something's on fire. Something smells good. Matt, that's a bacon grease fire. You think so?
That's gotta be his shit because I got everything muted. That's gotta be Matt's shit.
Maybe they blew up the snack bar. Maybe they blew up the Aloha snack bar. God forbid, Lord forbid.
Well, hit that link and tell me why I'm the cause of this, idiot. Don't just tell me I'm the cause of it. You got to explain to me how I'm the cause of this.
Hey, thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil D's Nuts. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you very much, Phil.
He doesn't have anything intelligent to say. He's not going to hit the link.
It's out here, and it is just very quiet right now. Admittedly, it is just very quiet.
The demon in him keeps him held back.
Coming out right now. I'm gonna scan the timeline here.
Oh no! You had your chance to talk, and fuck you. You're not that goddamn important over here, bub.
Their financial assets.
Nobody will have a conversation with me.
Cam and fruit is frozen. No, it is not. I appreciate that super chat, though. Who's talking in the background? It seems like this camera that is pointed down over the Beirut skyline is being operated by, I don't know, some guy in a house. Maybe a woman, too. I hear a woman's talking sometimes. Sometimes you hear the noise.
I told y'all he wouldn't hit the fucking link. Yeah, not one child, but he'll go live every day and claim he's saving the children, won't he?
I'm going to tell you something.
No, you know he ain't did that, Miss Gina. He ain't got time for that. If they're not famous, he don't give a fuck about them.
That are like losing their freaking mind.
That dude's the most contradicted son of a bitch I ever heard in my life.
They're melting down over this entire situation.
What's up, Big Red? You know he's too scared.
Within a couple weeks, I don't know, maybe 2 months at most. I don't know. It's going to be over very quickly.
But he's chosen. He's chosen to save the world.
Emotional and all these people that are like all these.
Oh shit!
Right-wing guys that
How
are
about get chosen to go change them nasty ass underwear you sitting there? Fucking freak.
In a very short amount of time, they are all going to look very stupid.
Carl, just stay out of your youngin's bedroom at 3 a.m. How about save the one kid in your home that you can? I wouldn't. If it was up to me, you wouldn't even live here.
Who knows? Who knows? I doubt it. Maybe we have something here, folks.
He ain't even chosen to do that. His old lady's got to do that for him. If it wasn't for her, that motherfucker would be twisted up in a fucking bush somewhere, covered up with a goddamn newspaper in a trash bag.
False alarm.
No shit, Red. Fucking them up. Have you ever heard him try to do simple math, Miss Gina? Well, wait. If I pay $1,500 on the bills, well, I've always had paid everything I had to. No shit. We all do, you dumb fuck.
Oh.
No shit, Slayback.
Fundamental opinion I have here. Trump's got 4 years in the
Yeah,
White
Carl,
House.
you stopped by the wrong channel, bro.
1/4 of the way done with Trump.
But y'all see what I say, though? If I don't talk about him, he gets jealous. He gets upset. He gets mad. He has to come by and try to poke it on.
Or if Trump does not.
That's how desperate he is for attention.
The Republic will be lost. We're 1 year into this death battle. And really, that's what it is, a death battle for the future of this Republic. And 13 months into this death battle, and we all know, we all can see every single day the degree to which these far left and globalist freaks are doing every single thing they can to undermine and subvert his administration.
If you want me to fuck with you, Carl, I will fuck with you. I'll go watch your last video and make fun of you and laugh at your stupid ass.
And you have
He does. He does. He needs to be the victim. He's a super victim.
MAGA's dead. It's over. Screw Trump. He's a failure. 1 year into the battle, if you flip on your commander in chief, when you are in a death battle for the future of the Republic, and 1/4 into that battle, you flip on the guy that you put in charge, that we all put in charge. If you like betray your leader, you betray your commander in chief, your general who's leading charge in that battle, you flip on
an awful lot.
Like what type of soldier were you? What type of guy were you? You know what I mean? Where's it? Listen, the battle is ongoing.
Come on, Slayback. Say it ain't true. To be honest with you, there ain't nothing happening here anyway.
Stand by here, folks. One moment here. Oh, get ready, folks. Yep, there it is.
Where'd it hit? Fuck, I missed it.
Yep. They didn't get any anti-air fire off that time. You can tell it's about that same location. It's about that same location. They're trying to take something out right there. I wonder what it is.
Damn, I fucking took it down off the. No, I didn't. It's still up there.
Big ass boom. That's a big ass boom. Beirut is popping off. Yeah, it is blowing off. U.S. officials tell CBS News that a total of 3 MQ-9 Reaper unmanned combat aerial vehicles with the U.S. Air Force have been downed so far. Ladies and gentlemen, here's some bad news. I mean, we've already talked about this, but once again, 3 of our U.S. Air Force Reaper drones have been shot down.
Did he really?
The skies of Iran. 3 of them. We've lost 3 of these bad boys. Better that than a U.S. soldier. I think we all agree, better that than a human.
True that, Slayback. I kind of feel that too, man.
Ideally 0, ideally none of them.
This motherfucker thinks I'm on TikTok fucking with him. I know who it is, but this idiot thinks it's me. But what I'll let him think it. I don't care. He's done pissed somebody else off.
What do you think this woman is back there saying? She's just like back there yapping. What are you yapping about?
Good for him. I like that dude, man. He's funny as shit.
Oh, I have a very curious chart for you guys. Can I pull this up real quick? Frick. There we go. Okay.
Trying to catch this fucking boom.
I'll put this right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a chart detailing reported strikes by location on the left, February 27th, over here, March 5th. So, one day. It's like a calendar kind of thing. Okay. So you can see Iran and Tehran have been consistently getting hit by the U.S. and Israel.
We have everything you need to build your own personal oasis from start to swim, keeping you and your family cool all summer long. So don't wait. Give us a call or go
to where we are now a week later. We've been battering them nonstop. Lebanon now is also getting battered nonstop. A week ago, it wasn't. For the first couple of days, it wasn't. Now it is. In fact, we're actually watching that happen live right now.
Is that where they're at? Where we got it on Beirut?
Seems to be getting hit less. UAE is getting hit less. Iraq is weird because it's friendly hits and enemy hits. Seems to be simmering down a little bit there too. Bahrain, much less. Qatar, never a whole lot. Kuwait, much less. Saudi Arabia, just not happening. And so anyway, the point of what I'm showing you here is that the pressure against Iran is staying the same, maybe even slightly ramping up. But the pressure that Iran is applying against us and our regional allies is super winding down. Iran is not applying pressure anymore. Not a whole lot. They're gassing out. I just think they're running out of ballistic missile launchers. I think they probably still have a fair number of ballistic missiles, but they have a hard time getting them in the air at this point. They have a tough time getting them airborne.
This was 21 hours ago. Let's see what this is about.
It's hard to imagine that going into this conflict a week ago, there were actually people that thought Iran was going to win this.
This war with Iran is now firmly.
And you know, there were people
that
they were like, "Yeah, oh man, America's about to get owned. America's about to lose everything."
Israel maintains Iran's proxy.
Iran is going to totally dominate America.
But wary civilians in Beirut are caught in the way.
I'm angry with Hezbollah and Israel and Iran. But Hezbollah more, you know why? Because they are Lebanese. They are hurting us.
Completely and totally
they are hurting
delusional.
our homes, our children.
Whether or not you are in favor of what we are doing in Iran right now, that's a different conversation.
Lebanon's army banned Hezbollah military activity is arresting militants.
We're going to do it very well.
Will that matter?
Do it very well. Whether or not you're happy about it.
Hezbollah's leader vowing to battle what he called Israeli-American aggression. We will not surrender. We will defend ourselves with our capabilities and our faith, Naeem Qassam said, no matter the sacrifices. So, escalation. The Israel Defense Forces releasing footage of its troops fighting inside Lebanon and issuing new warnings to residents of southern Lebanon. You must leave. Go north of the Litani River is the IDF order in Arabic. Warnings heeded. People are on the move with no sense of what is coming, whether the warnings mean a ground invasion is next. Across the border, northern Israel is now squarely under attack from both Hezbollah and Iran. And some are worryingly used to the threats.
It's problem. You don't run to the shelter, and it's not good.
So you're almost afraid because you're not afraid enough.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
This is Sagalit Bar, a medic, constantly on the move now, bothered by how accustomed she is to danger.
So there's an alert that went out this morning.
We wanted to talk about those warnings from the IDF when the war barged into the conversation.
What does this tell you is about to happen?
We have come to my house, please. And
Come to my house, please. Shit, they're leaving her
So
ass behind.
experienced, she heard the rockets before the sirens. The safe room is her daughter's bedroom.
this is what happens all the time. You go outside, you start to think that everything is okay. It was quiet, and you get.
These people ain't no different than
and if you have
Americans,
something
man.
like that,
They
it
really
means that
not.
it's come from Lebanon, not from Iran.
Because there was no time to alert you on the phone.
Yeah.
So how many minutes do you get from when you hear a siren? How many seconds are you talking about?
Not 30 seconds.
Imagine the speed of these dangers and the speed of this war spread. Everything about this moment is shockingly fast.
May God be with them. That's all I can say.
Just want to welcome everyone on this special day.
I don't know how I'd feel, man, if that shit came to America like that. You know, that's fucked up, them little kids and shit, seeing that growing up around all that, man.
And we're gonna stop the war. Now look, supersonic missile attacking the heart of Israel. Ballistic missiles in order to evade the defense system, they split into many missiles and attack entire neighborhoods in Israel. No one has moved the head of Israel before. None of these Arab states has never done anything like this. Iran has a system where you take out the supreme breeder, they have many more breeders that are gonna breed inside you. That's the problem. This war is not gonna end by attacking the Iranian system. For Iran now, this is a war of dependence. They're either going to remain or they're going to go all out. It's a war that's gonna take the entire region with it. Everyone clapping for this war is retarded. We need to find a way to stop it. Not to clap for it, not to encourage it any further. And to these America, we take everyone. Why are you not defending your daughter Israel from these ballistic missiles? Where is your air defense system? Where is the war boats? What has happened? It's a crazy life in the jungle. So Donald Trump thought this is Venezuela part 2. Take out the supreme leader and we're gonna stop the war. Now you
Right, that fucking bird. They in the ghetto. That's the smoke detector, Deb. That ain't the fucking bird. That bitch needs a 9-volt battery desperately. Oh shit. Seen them rockets take off. Did y'all see that? Back it up just a little bit. Watch in the middle of the screen, you'll see it. Damn, that's why they're striking right there. They're trying to fucking get that defense system that's right there. They're trying to take it out. Which is stupid for them to be live streaming this, right? Because it kind of tells them right where the fuck they need to be at. Hell, if them motherfuckers, they found that one dude just by looking at his position in the sky with the stars. That one terrorist dude that was broadcasting live after he was trying to get away or whatever, and he broadcasted live taunting him. It was a sniper over there in Iraq. But you know, you look at all them buildings and shit, it don't look no different than Atlanta or anywhere else, you know, Los Angeles, anywhere else at night.
Grip, stability, precision. That's the essence of driving. Lawfin.
It was the first sunny weekend of the year. It was just a little outdoor gathering. It was going.
Grip, stability, precision. That's the essence of driving. Lawfin.
It was the first sunny weekend of the year. It was just a little outdoor gathering. It was go.
The wedding is this Saturday.
Emma, I'm being serious. It's not funny.
I agree with you. This is not funny at all.
Before we got married,
This shit's crazy.
Grip, stability, precision. That's the essence of driving. Lawfin.
Tahid. That shit done made me mad with them fucking commercials. I ain't doing it with that shit all fucking night. Yeah, they definitely getting desperate. But like everybody said, fuck them. They crash that shit. You know what I mean? They not that fucking important. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing them fucking commercials, really. All right, cool. We're gonna listen to the dude that got his arm broke. I just found him on here, so we're gonna check out and see what he got to say. He got a cast on his hand, so let's see.
Our senators are willing. Our senators are willing to send our men and women to die for Israel. Our senators.
Oh, yeah, we know that, bro. We fucking know that already.
After 10 hours of searching, we found Brian. We just got an update from a family member that he is at a hospital here in Washington, D.C. The status update is nobody's really heard from him specifically. He did break his arm. We believe that's basically the information that we got, and he's getting ready to go underway for surgery here tonight. We don't know what's going to happen with him legally or tomorrow. We're going to have to wait to get comms up with him tomorrow after he gets his phone and can get in touch with us.
Yeah, so we finally did get to hear from a direct family member to know that he will have to have surgery. So his injury is serious, and I want to remind everyone that this injury was specifically the cause of Senator Tim Sheehy getting involved and interfering and driving his body in a pile driver move into Brian, which is the cause of his broken arm. And he's hurt bad. And as a firefighter, who relies on his physical capability.
I don't know.
Be out of work for a while. The surgery to repair his arm is not going to be a fast recovery.
No, absolutely not. Let me see what time it is in Iran. What time difference is it in Iran from America? Eight hours and 30 minutes. So 4 hours. It's 4 o'clock in the morning there right now. And they must have hit it again. Damn commercial.
Whether you're a professional technician or simply take pride in maintaining your own cars, Harbor Freight offers. They're bombing houses with weapons in them, is what they're saying in the chat. Oh, yeah. Well, they should have let him fucking speak to start with, right? Fuck, the motherfuckers fought for this country. The least they could do is let him fucking speak. They didn't even want to do that. It's fucking stupid. Something flashed out the fucking cameras.
Man, bitch is on blaze, boy. Commercial. They gotta get paid, don't they?
So I saw this app.
Hey,
DTF
and
St.
Warehouse.
Louis.
Hell
What's
yeah.
DTF?
What's up, British Bulldog? These people just talking like it ain't no big fucking thing. Associated Press. See, that's something else I don't understand. I don't understand why these motherfuckers ain't took the power grid out. That'd have been one of the first things I did. I'd have shut the power down and the fucking water. I figured more would be going on. Check nothing going on over in damn Israel either. That's a good thing, though. Fucker said I'd donate, but I ain't got no coin slot on my fucking laptop. Oh shit, these people are fucking crazy. Ain't that the truth, British? Some with brains and some without. Oh, something. What the fuck? Mother nasty bastard.
ايضا التي اعتقد ان الدوليه في بيروت السفاره الكويتيه كما ذكرت الداعي للحرب حدث عند السيليبريشن وبسبب الأغنية داخل المطار وطريق الوفاء الطريق القلبي. إذا كانت هذه المسددة وصلت إلى حديث القلب مستشفى جبل لبنان إلى أول معقة أيضا بجانب تعميم التوفير إلى مقبلية توصل الجامعة الأوروبية والجامعة الأمريكية إلى موقف حي الجامعة إلى الخروج إلى أوتوستراد الأسد. كل هذه المنطقة هذه المرة أول مرة تمثل في مرة واحدة واستمرار وترقب في أي لحظة بأن ينفذ العدو تحذيراتا، ولكن هذه المرة لا نعرف أن عادة كل ليلة كما هذا هو الوقت في اليوم الخامس. نحن اليوم عادة في الليالي السابقة كنا ننتظر كنا نترقب ونعرف أن ستكون هي الغاية، ولكن اليوم هنالك منطقة شاسعة من الضاحية الجنوبية، كل الضاحية الجنوبية هي مهددة والجميع يترقب. طبعا هذا الخطة تستمر سلسلة غارات عنيفة تستهدف الضاحية الجنوبية. نستطيع أن نسمع بشكل واضح صوت المسيرات، نستطيع أن نرى أن الضاحية شبه خالية، الأضواء لا يوجد أضواء في المنازل والبيوت. نتحدث عن الضاحية، نتحدث عن الشركات، نتحدث عن المستشفيات، نتحدث عن مدارس، نتحدث عن جامعات، ولا نتحدث فقط عن هنالك مئات آلاف من أهالي الضاحية الجنوبية الذين غادروا اليوم. هذا المشهد غير موجود ويبقى بذاكرة الأمن. هذا المشهد سيكمل بذاكرة الأمن. هذا المشهد كنا قد رأينا مثيله إلى غادر أهالي الجنوب في اليوم الأول من الحرب الأخيرة، الحرب الإسرائيلية على لبنان. أيضا اللافت الثمر إلى أن الجيش الإسرائيلي كان قد حدث إصدار المسارات التي يجب أن يتجه إليها الميليشيات. نعم. ما نحصل بس كان صوت واضح
What about now? Can you hear it now? It don't look like something else can go ahead. Then I hit something else. This shit's fucking retarded, man. There's got to be something over on that side right there that they're trying to take out. Hey, Danielle. These people in these chats are fucking sick. You know what? I'm sitting here watching what they're saying. They just taking this as a joke. People are disconnected like a motherfucker. Yeah, there's been quite a few bombs go off. I'm just glad, man, that I'm where I am. Tell you. Trump just said 4 minutes. Mm. This shit's wild. Motherfucker said, I think I hear Christmas carols. What the fuck is wrong with people, man? Oh, Tel Aviv camera's fucking spazzed out, ain't it? Oh, there went some fucking rockets up. Back that up just a second. Look up camera 1. Keep watching camera 1. See 'em? Bunch of them. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to zone in on that fucking damn system right there. If I had to guess.
Epic fury, one of the largest, most complex, most overwhelming military offensives the world has ever seen. Nobody's seen anything like it. We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now it was announced that we knocked out 9 ships plus their naval building, all in a matter
This was Trump 3 days ago.
literally minutes. Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei,
What up,
is
321?
dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds and even thousands
I
of
haven't.
Americans on his hands and was responsible for the slaughter of countless thousands of innocent people all across.
Where's it at? 321. And we'll
Last
watch
night,
it.
all over Iran, the voices of the Iranian people could be heard cheering and celebrating in the streets when his death was announced. The entire military command is gone as well, and many of them want
That
to.
motherfucker said the lady on the phone's calling too.
They want immunity. They're calling by the thousands. Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved. We have very strong objectives. They could have done something 2 weeks ago.
It's the latest Trump.
Arbitros takes you to unexpected places.
We do everything from churches to
Yeah, he is wild.
shorts.
We're coming to you with breaking news. President Trump right now speaking live from the White House about Iran. Take a listen.
To introduce, a lot of them are political champions, and we don't care about them today, right? Right, Duffy? But we have, most importantly, wonderful people that love our country. And before we begin, I think I will say a few words about what's going on with respect to our operation in the country of Iran, the United States military, together with the
Motherfucker said this is literally a peaceful night in Chicago.
the enemy far ahead of schedule and at levels that people have never seen before, actually. We're destroying more of Iran's missiles and drone capability every single hour, knocking them out like nobody thought was possible. As soon as they set off a missile, within 4 minutes, the launcher gets hit. They don't know what's happening. But we have the greatest military anywhere in the world. Their Navy is gone. 24 ships in 3 days. That's a lot of ships. Their anti-aircraft weapons are gone. So they have no air force. They have no air defense. All of their airplanes are gone. Their communications are gone. Missiles are gone. Launches are gone. About 60% and 64% respectively. Other than that, they're doing quite well. I said, what's left? But they're tough and they want to fight. And they're calling, they're saying, how do we make a deal? I said, you're being a little bit late. And we want to fight now more than they do. We've had 47 years, depending on the way you count it, but 47 years of horror with this group. And, when you see somebody walking down the street without their legs, without the arms, whose face is so badly affected and hurt, it mostly came from 95% Soleimani and Iran. And we, other presidents, lived with it. I didn't live with it. And so our people are doing a great job. Again, the greatest military anyone's seen.
It's on the TV. This is how they kill. Okay.
Thank you very much. And yesterday, my administration announced decisive action to help keep down the oil prices, including offering political risk insurance for tankers transiting into the Gulf, as you know, pretty dangerous territory. Further action to reduce pressure on oil is imminent, and the oil seems to have pretty much stabilized. We had it very low, but I had to take this little detour if it's okay with everybody. Scott, it's okay with you? Scott's the one who has to put up with it. He said, you have to do this now? I said, I have to do it, Scott, right? But it's been very strong, and everybody, including Scott, everybody feels we had really no choice. They were going to hit us if we didn't hit them because they're crazy. And in the long term, the actions we're taking will dramatically increase the stability of the region and oil prices and stock markets and everything else. We set the all-time record in history with the Dow going to 50,000. So Dow was at 50,000. It was supposed to be maybe if we were lucky.
How did the CIA and Mossad manage to track down the Iranian Supreme Leader's secret compound?
And we did it.
It all started around 8 in the morning. CIA tracked some high-level Iranian leaders at this building right in the heart of Tehran. U.S. intelligence shared a critical tip with their Israeli counterparts. For months, they've been quietly hacking into Iranian communication channels using Space Force low-orbit satellites.
Oh, shit.
This is what they think they're gonna beat. They're gonna beat. Oh my God!
Satellites. But pulling off a strike isn't that simple. In the first wave, they had to neutralize a larger number of Iran's anti-air defense systems.
Yeah, of course.
This critical step cleared the airspace for a massive strike force of around 200 Israeli jets. But this area is highly fortified, so how do you destroy a deeply buried target like this? Well, they use bunker busters.
Bombs on top of each other.
Their delayed fuses punch through deep concrete before detonating. This is part one. How exactly did Israel...
This is what they did last year, too, is they just dropped one of them, and then after they got like halfway through, they just dropped another one right on top of it.
Israel and the United States managed to assassinate one of the most heavily protected men on the planet. The answer? An unprecedented joint operation. For months, the CIA and elite Israeli units waged a shadowy...
I feel like the truth is that like those other people, they don't really realize how advanced the intelligence and technology that the U.S. and Israel has. I don't think they have any idea. And that's why they just get completely blown out every time.
The intelligence war. Using a web of surveillance satellites, intercepted comms, and human spies,
I
they
thought that
mapped
was the
Ayatollah
ceiling bird.
Khamenei's every move in absolute secrecy. Utilizing a sophisticated web of low Earth orbit surveillance satellites, intercepted encrypted communications, and highly placed human assets deep within the regime, they painstakingly mapped.
There he is. Oh no.
Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's every movement, security protocol, and daily pattern.
Well, this is the thing is, remember people were saying that like there's no way they're going to be able to find out where this guy is. And like, meanwhile, they were tracking him the entire time. And I think actually what happened is that one of the people probably inside roached out on him. That's what I'm assuming actually happened.
The vulnerability, the Pasteur Street Summit. The critical breakthrough came when American intelligence identified a fleeting yet massive vulnerability, a highly classified morning summit. Top-tier Iranian military commanders, security advisors, and political officials were converging on the heavily guarded Pasteur Street compound in the heart of central Tehran. Shielded by layers of urban infrastructure, elite guard details, and what they believed was an impenetrable umbrella of state-of-the-art air defenses. Like the homegrown Baver missiles as well, the S-400 radar system located all over the city. The leadership gathered in
It's kind of crazy that like this is the same thing that happened in Venezuela. They thought they had what they needed, and it was not even close.
False sense of absolute security. Here comes part two. How many aircrafts were involved in taking out a single target? The focal point of the operation was Beit Rabari, Khamenei's highly secure official residence and centralized office compound located in the heart of downtown Tehran. While they used around 200 aircrafts,
the
localized strike on Beit Rabari was the anchor of a massive, flawlessly synchronized aerial campaign. Flew all the way from Israel with flying oil tankers, the largest military flyover in its history. The Israeli Air Force deployed an armada of approximately 200 fighter jets equipped with GPS bunker buster bombs.
What? Wait, what?
Tankers, the largest military flyover in its history. The Israeli Air Force deployed an armada of approximately 200 fighter jets equipped with GPS bunker buster bombs.
What the fuck? They flew everything over there?
Here we go.
I guess.
Are you sure your
We got
tax
it without
expert is
that,
right
dude.
for you? Switch to TurboTax Full Service. You'll be matched with a TurboTax expert and get real-time updates on their progress.
When
And you
you
get
watch
your
it
best
now.
outcome guaranteed. Switch to TurboTax Full Service.
With the root canals and the implants and everything, it's
How did the CIA and Mossad manage to track down the Iranian Supreme Leader's secret compound? It all started around 8 in the morning. CIA tracked some high-level Iranian leaders at this building right in the heart of Tehran. U.S. intelligence shared a critical tip with their Israeli counterparts. For months, they had been quietly hacking into Iranian communication channels using Space Force and low-orbit satellites. But pulling off a strike isn't that simple. In the first wave, they had to neutralize a larger number of Iran's anti-air defense systems.
See, that's the one good thing about the CIA, right? Now, I don't like some of the stuff that they've done here to our own people, but as far as getting intelligence and stuff, they're on top of it.
This critical step cleared the airspace for a massive strike force of around 200 Israeli jets. But this area is highly fortified, so how do you destroy a deeply buried target like this? Well, they use bunker busters. Their delayed fuses punch through deep concrete before detonating. This is part one. How exactly did Israel and the United States manage to assassinate one of the most heavily protected men on the planet? The answer? An unprecedented joint operation. For months, the CIA and elite Israeli units waged a shadowy intelligence war. Using a web of surveillance satellites,
I'm going to tell you something. Oh, shit.
mapped Ayatollah Khamenei.
I know what Trump's doing, right? He's using Israel as a base. That's why he's paying them. That's why, yeah. It makes sense now. That's what I believe anyway.
His every move in absolute secrecy. Utilizing a sophisticated web of low Earth orbit surveillance satellites, intercepted encrypted communications, and highly placed human assets deep within the regime, they painstakingly mapped Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's every movement, security protocol, and daily pattern. The vulnerability, the Pasteur Street Summit. The critical breakthrough came when American intelligence identified a fleeting yet massive vulnerability, a highly classified morning summit. Top-tier Iranian military commanders, security advisors, and political officials were converging on the heavily guarded Pastor Street compound in the heart of central Tehran. Shielded by layers of urban infrastructure, elite guard details, and what they believed was an impenetrable umbrella of state-of-the-art air defenses. Like the homegrown Baver missiles as well, the S-400 radar system.
That's crazy, man.
Located all over the city. The leadership gathered in a false sense of absolute security. Here comes part 2. How many aircrafts were involved in taking out a single target? The focal point of the operation was Beit Rabari, Khamenei's highly secure official residence and centralized office.
When they let them people like get close to Trump and try to take him out, I was like, there ain't no fucking way, man. They found Osama bin Laden. They fucking found what's his name in a goddamn hole in the middle of the desert. You can't tell me that they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Compound located in the heart of downtown Tehran.
They know whatever they
While they
want.
used around 200 aircrafts. The localized strike on Beit Rabari was the anchor of a massive, flawlessly synchronized aerial campaign. Flew all the way from Israel with flying oil tankers, the largest military flyover in its history. The Israeli Air Force deployed an armada of approximately 200 fighter jets equipped with GPS bunker buster bombs. As stated, he was actually occupying a shallower subterranean facility, the free-falling guided bomb, which the IDF deployed as the munitions. It easily pierced the earth and reinforced concrete, triggering a catastrophic collapse of the entire underground structure. According to leaked Israeli intelligence reports, exactly 30 heavy munitions were dropped directly onto the Supreme Leader's compound to guarantee total structural failure. Obliterating such targets relies on specialized bunker buster munitions equipped with delayed action fuses, allowing them to physically penetrate deep into the ground and concrete before detonating. As a dedicated specialized squadron delivered the 30 bunker busters directly to Khamenei's compound, the rest of the armada operated simultaneously across Iranian airspace.
I was ready for a fucking.
They dropped hundreds of munitions to cripple over 500 targets, instantly blinding critical air defenses and neutralizing ballistic missile silos. Here comes part 3, and this is Iran's mistake. How the Iranian made a very big mistake to protect its leader. Because he was occupying a shallower subterranean facility, the deployed munitions easily pierced the earth and reinforced concrete, triggering a catastrophic collapse of the entire underground structure. Intelligence sources later revealed a critical tactical flaw in his positioning. He was not sheltering in one of the compound's 2 deepest maximum security bunkers facilities that would have required the heaviest, highly specialized U.S. ordnance to crack. If he had switched places, he would have been at least safe. And here is part 4, how many were exactly killed. While the complete list of eliminated targets is still undergoing global intelligence assessment, the strike successfully decapitated Iran's operational leadership in a single devastating blow. Killed alongside Khamenei were top-tier military figures, most notably Major General Mohammad Papour, the head of Iran's Revolutionary Guard, and top national security advisor Ali Shamkhani. Tragically, the blast also claimed the lives of several of Khamenei's family members who were present. But the first wave with 200 jets and U.S. Tomahawk cruise missiles did not just hit his compound. The U.S. cruise missiles was the one to take out anti-air defense system, while the 200 IDF jets took out the Iranian leadership. All in all, U.S. and Israeli forces struck approximately 2,900 targets across Iran, according to U.S. Central Command, in just one day. Reports suggest the CIA allegedly penetrated Iranian communications by bombarding them with spam calls, jump calls, and online breaches. This data doesn't just result in spam and scam attempts. It can also affect your insurance rates and ultimately will lead into a loan denial just when you might need credit. Incogni helps protect your privacy by regularly scanning and preventing data brokers from re-uploading your information. You'll also get a clear, real-time dashboard to track the status of your data. As an add-on with Incogni Unlimited plans, you can gain access to this custom removal tool. That's .com.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
That's pretty good.
Comparing it to a person can be helpful. The casing has a length of approximately 19 feet long, which translates to around 5 meters. This section is made of an artillery barrel, which is very strong, and has a diameter of 14.5 inches, which translates to around 37 centimeters, making it relatively narrow. They intentionally made the smaller cross-sectional area. This means the bomb displaces less material, whether earth or concrete, as it penetrates layers of reinforced bunkers or building, thus allowing it to travel further to almost 100 meters.
Out the leader.
At first glance, it appears to be an ordinary 6-story residential building, complete with a solar paneled roof. However, there's more to this structure than meets the eye. What makes this building particularly noteworthy is its underground basement, which is rumored to contain a network of tunnels. These tunnels are believed to serve as emergency escape routes, adding to the site's strategic importance. We've put together a few different scenarios to help you better understand the IDF's assassination tactics. The CIA and IDF would employ spies and agents to gain information on a high-value target. With a clear line of sight, the operative waits for confirmation that the high-value target has arrived at the meeting point. This target reportedly arrived at underground headquarters in the southern suburbs for a meeting with several top leaders. The tip-off was allegedly received by Israeli officials on the afternoon of Saturday, September 27th. A fighter jet was expected to target and illuminate the building using its laser targeting pod, focusing on one of the specific buildings. Subsequently, a dozen of F-15 jets dropped not one but 80 bombs of various types. The tip of the spear would have been the bunker buster bomb that can penetrate through this 6-story building, leveling all 6 structures to the ground and in the process eliminating Hassan Nasrallah in the action. Let's consider scenario 2. If an Iranian spy had not assisted the IDF, a Mossad agent or soldier might have been nearby, confirming Nasrallah's location or possibly illuminating the target with a ground-based laser. In this case, GPS coordinates would have been transmitted to the IDF. Once ready, the F-15 jets would have dropped around 80 bombs of different types, leveling the entire 6-building complex. The reason for dropping so many bombs was to ensure the elimination of a high-value target like Hassan Nasrallah. Unfortunately, the collateral damage resulted in a significant number of innocent civilian casualties, a tragic cost associated with this operation. And finally, we have scenario 3, which is the most likely. Hacking Hezbollah's communication system for the last 5 years to intercept encrypted messages without deploying any agents into Lebanon or Beirut. Upon learning that the Hezbollah leader had arrived at the building, an F-15 fighter jets flew and dropped barrage of bombs, eliminating the entire leadership inside the underground bunker. Out of the 80 bombs used, the IDF also deployed the Mark 82 weapon, the Bunker Buster, and the GBU-39, which were part of a purchase valued at around $3 billion from the US. Let's take a look at how this works. Step 1. First, a laser is used to illuminate the target, or GPS guidance is already assigned to it. Step 2. An F-15 jet flies near the illuminated target and the bomb is released. Step 3. Once the bomb is dropped, the guidance system at the front connects with the tail and fins. This enables the bomb to make precise adjustments, guiding it accurately to its target. Step 4. As mentioned, this is a bunker buster bomb designed to penetrate around 6 meters of reinforced concrete bunkers and can travel up to 100 feet of soft ground or buildings. Step 5. In the past, the GBU-28 has been equipped with a delay fuse like this one, allowing it to detonate after penetrating its target, rather than exploding on impact. The bomb contains 700 pounds of TNT, which generates a blast radius of several hundred meters, quite significant for a bomb of this size. As an engineering channel, we will also look into how these Mark 80 and 82 series of weapon can be turned into a guided bomb. When released, it falls just like a normal dumb weapon. As stated, the bomb can be fitted with a nose fuse, a tail fuse, or both simultaneously. Upon hitting the ground, the frontal fuse activates, burning the fuse conduit from the front to the back, thus creating a huge explosion. The alternative option is using the tail fuse FMU-139. This is usually used for delayed action and is set by the pilot. When it hits the target, the weight of the bomb will penetrate the concrete surface of a building, the fuse activates, and the conduit rod, which creates the 500-pound explosion after a few seconds as programmed. This can create a lot of damage considering its small $4,000 price tag. We also made a deep dive into the sea, air, and land components of the nuclear triad, so subscribe for more videos to not miss a beat.
I have a 134 IQ. I make less money than friends who barely passed high school.
That's pretty fucking informative right there now. Well, y'all, I'm fixing to kick it up here. I got to get up in the morning. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Hey, if you want to catch this and you want to watch it yourself, it's just live Beirut skyline in Israel. They got a few of them, and they got Israel and U.S. attacks Iran. This one right here with the 4 cameras up. This here kind of gives you more of a insight, I guess. But as far as me, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. God bless the United States of America. Peace in the Middle East.